This episode of The Fit Life is brought to you by the Stat Fitness Station. The station is a convenient travel case designed with those individuals in mind who are trying to live a healthier lifestyle. Keeps everything you need right at your fingertips in a convenient case. Go pick one up today by visiting statfitness.com. That's stat, S-T-A-T, fitness.com.
Are you ready?
Here we go.
Welcome to the Fit Life
With James and Justice.
Say what?
Welcome back to the Fit Life. As the little audio person just said, thank you for returning. As you can see, we're doing little upgrades. Got a little different announcer there, but same people. Got your girl Justice here, hanging with the ever so world traveling and now newlywed Jay Holla.
Hello.
He's
Hello.
gonna pick-
A little bit of Brett accent there, a little bit. That's horrible. So I'll go back to the English one. What up?
Oh my lord, he's picked up an accent. He's been traveling so much.
It is a bit crazy, man. Not world traveling yet, but definitely all over the nation, and it's only April. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Hey, that's still part of this world. It may not be a part of the entire world. Still part of this world.
Touche.
All right. So we've been off for a little bit, but again, you know, this is a monthly show until we can get to basically getting a little bit. Hopefully, if we can get some more listeners, because last episode got a pretty good hit. The other episode got around 600. This one got about 750, which was still phenomenal for usually what we do, because we don't do as much advertising. I'm trying to find someone to help out with the advertising for us necessarily. So the fact that we got that was just, still amazing.
Wait, we do advertising?
Yes, we do a little bit of advertising. Yes, we do.
Well, hoorah!
But anyways, we're back to give you, the helpful tips and life lessons when you're trying to lead a healthier lifestyle. And basically just giving you all the stuff that they don't tell you when you say, oh, I'm going to do this. Okay. But did you know this? Say what now?
Exactly.
Right. One thing that we've been really focusing on a lot is, positivity and motivation within doing this, because this can be a very much, trying experience on your life, not necessarily on your body, because your body is so resilient. You'll find that out trying to do this. Your body is so much more resilient than your mind actually is, honestly. But with that, there needs to be some sort of a, foundation or base or support group for you, or just someone there to help you motivate sometimes, because no matter what, the motivation has to come for you. But there are times where you're going to need someone, or even just a group of individuals to help you continue on, especially in the beginning, because there's so much information out there. There's so much, glorification of this diet or that diet or this workout, and you're just like, I don't know where to start. I don't know. I don't know where to put my hands.
And pineapple, no. and you'll find out too that people are very territorial. They're very territorial, depending on what you're doing, what you may want to start doing. I mean, your group Xers, your CrossFitters, your work out from home people, your calisthenic people, your gym people, your work outside people. All these people are very, very territorial, unless you happen to run across somebody who dabbles in all those areas, and they're going to be very open-minded to, the information that they tell you. So please also be very, very careful and cautious when you start of who you talk to, because they may be coming from a very biased point of view.
It's funny because as soon as you actually speak to someone about being healthier or, a certain workout, you can tell if they're actually, and you said this on the last show, where their knowledge or loyalties lie necessarily, because if they start on, Herbalife, oh shit. Okay. I'm done. But if they go into, what do you necessarily want to do, or how do you feel about doing this? What are your, strengths and things that you actually do find that gives you happiness? Because just like anything else, if you can relate it to something else that you like, it's going to be easier. Right. Unless you're like a freak of nature like me and Jay, in some instances where just running out there being a kid is just kind of just fun.
What? Love it.
But
love it. I need some Play-Doh now.
But not everyone sees it like we do. And honestly, in the beginning, for me, I didn't necessarily see it as that. I always wanted to get near to where I am right now, but I did not see working out like that. I was like, I don't know if I can. But it was just, negativity from other people in telling me, you don't need to do this because that's not good for girls, or this isn't. And I posted an awesome fucking video from Girls Who Powerlift on Instagram the other day. It was an absolutely wonderful video. And it's just basically all of the it was basically trolls, some of the comments that have been on some of the postings on their page of the women who actually powerlift. Powerlifting's for men. You don't want to look like a man. Why would you do that? That's not ladylike. And then just, women absolutely wrecking it on the weights. Just like, fuck you. Then
go ahead.
No. Then when I posted it, just the reaction was just like, fuck yeah. That was just so amazing. It was just what I was looking for. It was the reaction I know that they were looking for. But on my page, considering that it's kind of like more motivation about the podcast and stuff like that, I wasn't expecting the same thing.
It's always interesting when, people are quick to talk about what is or is not possible when they haven't even tried it themselves.
Yeah.
That's always been super interesting to me. I always like to say everything is impossible until somebody does it, and you have these people, mainly women, who, are scared of heavy weights when, ladies, honestly, y'all are some of the strongest creatures out there. The amount of stuff that y'all have to tend to, like, for example, it kills me. I've said this before, and I will probably say it until people stop doing it, but you'll carry everything, including the kitchen sink, in a clutch, not even a purse, in a clutch. I don't know how y'all get half the shit in those things, but anyway, you'll have all this stuff, which is probably 20, 30 pounds, killing your rotator cuff, but you know what I'm saying? You want to go start training and working out with these little baby weights, with, 5, not even 5, yeah, 3 pound weights. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll say 2 to 5 pound weights, talking about, I don't want to bulk up, I just want to tone. Y'all are killing me, man. You carry a human life within you for 9 months, gaining sometimes 30, 40, 50 pounds that you're walking around with that, and y'all talking about you don't want to look like a man, don't lift heavy. You better stop playing, man.
Oh man, it's just a misconception. And honestly, until you start to do it, there's no real way to shake that. Like you said, people are territorial.
One of the things I love doing, especially in my group sessions, is when you have a mixture of, fitness levels or whatever. You have the people who will not touch the heavier weights, for whatever reason, excuse, justification that they have. Yes, I did say it. I will call you out. You better believe. But anyway, I put them in a group, and I tell them that they're going to do an exercise with the heaviest person's weight. Like, everybody will work with that heavy weight. Like, no objections unless you have a shoulder issue, unless I know something about it, something from your doctor. But, just because, like, I don't want to lift heavy, no. You pay me to train you, I'm not your friend, I'm going to train you. You dealing with those 15s today. And then the looks on some of these people's faces after they do the exercises, they're like, oh, my gosh, I've been working with 10, and this is like super easy. I need to crank it up. Yeah, you do. You do need to crank it up.
But it's honestly a mind thing. It's just I can't see myself doing that, so I can't do that. That's right. Honestly it. So I know for me, and I would recommend this as well for a lot of women, because there is so much stuff out there that will lead you down other paths that are unhealthy or tend to try to defeat you from what you want to do. I would suggest if you're starting out and you're alone and you don't know how to wade through a lot of this, the first thing I would try to do is see if you can find a trainer, maybe at a local gym. You can try to find them online, but it's so much harder if you don't know what to look for. So I would recommend going to a local gym and feeling them out.
And a lot of the local gyms nowadays, like when you sign up for your free trial or, whatever, your 7-day pass, a lot of them are requiring you to have at least one free session, free of charge with a trainer. So it's like no obligation, and I think that takes away a lot of the anxiety, the uncertainty, because gyms, man, they could be very, very overwhelming if you don't know what you're doing, and you have all these people, the people you want to look like, and then the big scary people who look like they should have been an extra in Tarzan,
or Expendables.
Right, for real. So you walk into these situations and you're like, oh my God, oh, and then these funny looking machines that you don't even know what to do with. Gym fuckery, Instagram, check it out. Y'all love it. Just saying. So it can be very, very overwhelming, and you don't want to be that person who somebody's recording and you end up on Instagram doing something completely that you shouldn't. So, I mean, a trainer kind of breaks the ice of the overwhelmingness of like stepping into a gym, and they can kind of steer you toward where you want to go. Because a lot of people get in the gym and they're like, oh, I'm gonna do cardio. They're like, I'm gonna run on the treadmill thingy for like the hamster wheel for like 2 hours, and I'm gonna reach my goal. No, you're not.
You try that.
Stop it,
Tinkerbell. You try that. See how you try that.
But yes,
Let's see what you get.
go to a gym, meet a trainer, introduce yourself. I mean, the cool thing, you don't like a trainer, try another one. It's okay. You're paying this person, if you choose to go that route, to help you get to where you need to go.
That's what I think a lot of people do not get. Just because you pick a trainer, it's not a house. It's not a mortgage. This isn't marriage.
Right.
You'd be like, I mean, there's no reason why you can't be like, this ain't working out. I'm not about to pay you to keep doing this to me. Even though, sometimes, you will kind of, that meme that's going around is just hilarious. It's just like, I can't do this. You treat me so bad. I told you to do one setup.
You
one sit-up. I love that one.
Sit-up.
I love that one. But
that one is awesome. But yeah, the only person you have a commitment to is yourself, because these are your goals.
Because you want to be better.
A lot of these trainers, we've talked about this, and once again, I will probably talk about it till my deathbed or it gets better. A lot of these trainers,
this is why I didn't want you to talk about that.
Right, they shook a magic 8-ball and was like, am I going to be a personal trainer? And the 8-ball said, yes, definitely. And, they went out and said, hey, I'm a trainer. No. If you're 4'11", and someone has you jumping up on, a box that's like 5'2", and you've never jumped that high before, you might not want to stick with that person. I'm just saying. You might want to move around.
A little bit. But what's funny is a lot of people, they're, okay, well, this is already so expensive and stuff. I don't want to move from trainer to trainer. The biggest investment that you're making is into yourself. That is it. No matter what the cost is, if it gets you to your goal or gets you to be a better person, I need you to ante up. You didn't say that
Right.
when you were trying to buy that iPhone, that red iPhone. Seriously?
The new one.
Yeah.
The new one.
Yeah,
That's exclusive.
Yes. You didn't say that
It's
when that was
exclusive.
happening.
Mm-mm.
So get your ass. Put the money down.
Or when the new Beats headphones drop,
Damn, they got more than one?
they got an exclusive. I have the Beats X, the exclusive Apple ones with the Lightning charging cable.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Moving on. So that's one place to start. Another place to find a lot of great information and positivity, but you really have to have on filters for bullshit, filters for fuckery, and just nonsense. But I will say it is a great place because you can find a lot of information, someone to actually connect with and understand what you're going through. But if you have to move on from them, to grow to the next place, that's fine. Online groups, specifically at one point in time, I was using a lot of the Facebook groups. Now I have moved away from that because I found that to be, I was sorting through a lot more bullshit than I needed to, but that is for me. There are some very, very good ones that I found for a lot of people now, but again, I found my network outside of that on a different level. But I will recommend that there are a lot of Facebook groups, and even Jay, you had one. What was that one?
Instagram, of course.
Yes.
Because you follow people you want to follow. There's no guilt to it. Like if you want to see nothing but fitness stuff in your news feed, that's what you do. You follow fitness people. If you want to follow funny people, that's what you do. And I mean, the more followers these people have, if you reach out to them, don't expect for them to hit you back. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But if it's like someone just starting out, you continuously comment on their stuff, not because you're a fanboy or a fangirl, but because you truly appreciate what they're doing and they're motivated and inspire you, they might reach back and say, hey, thanks, whatever. And you might build a relationship. Or you could see you might link up with people who comment on these stuff too. Just as a person that she always goes back and forth. You call your giggle buddy?
Yes.
Monica.
Giggle buddy. Grace.
And they linked up through Instagram.
Yeah.
They just happen to follow each other, and I guarantee you'll see them commenting on each other's stuff throughout the day, having an Instagram conversation. But Instagram is awesome because you see what you want to see. No BS, just what you want to see. If you're looking for more of a professional connection, LinkedIn. I'm not as familiar with LinkedIn, but that's more for the higher end professional, the like minds type of stuff. You want to get away from all the BS, trim the fat. Mm-hmm. LinkedIn is another avenue. Google Plus. Yes. You have all these other social media things where it's a group of like-minded individuals who are there to support you, who've been where you are, who probably been where you want to go and continue to do it. So those days when you get up and you're feeling like, dude, I don't know if I see the light of the tunnel, you know what I'm saying? You build relationships with these people, and if you don't show up, they're going to reach out to you. Hey, what's going on? Where you been? Mm-hmm. Where you at? What do you need? I have people who I haven't spoken to in years. And I'm taking a trip. I'm going to be passing through Michigan for a hot second. And so I reached out to one of my buddies in Michigan. I was like, hey, man, I'm going to be in town. It would be cool if we get a chance to see. I know he's a busy dude. Might not make up, but he was like, dude, I would love that. That would be awesome. And I just want to let you know, you were on my mind. You were on my heart. I've been sticking to everything that you've told me, that you've taught me, and it is doing wonders for my life. I haven't spoken to this dude in like 2 or 3 years. But, you build bonds with these people.
Yep.
You and it's back and forth. It's to and fro. It's ebb and flow. It's push and pull. It's not just give, take.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these are lasting relationships. And you know, if you create a lasting relationship with somebody when y'all ain't talked in 2 or 3 years, and you reach out and everything is cool, you picked exactly right where you left off.
Yep.
It's not, what you want, what you need. You died. You know, they hit you with the beatbox. You know what I'm saying? They hit you with the beatbox.
So silly.
You. Yeah. Right. So these groups, they can create lasting friendships, man.
Yes.
Lasting accountability partners. 'Cause sometimes, let's just be real, our so-called friends who ain't on the same page we on, but you know we still keep them around and they still keep us around because you know that's just who we are.
They may not get it. They may not get it,
and that's fine.
That's
fine. But what you need to do is find a group of people who will support and push you to where you need to go. My wife, she loves hiking. She loves it. If she could get paid to hike 24/7, she probably would. I love that she loves hiking. Did you notice that I said I love that she loves hiking?
Didn't say I love hiking.
I love that she loves hiking. And that's cool. And so, you know, she's like, baby, I want to travel. I want to hike down the Grand Canyon. I'm like, yeah, I'd see that shit from a helicopter. And it'd be cool. But, you know, that's her thing. So I love when she's able to link up with other people who she can talk to about that, who tell her what type of gear she needs for a trip like that, who can tell her, you know, this is what we're doing or whatever. She has a friend in Colorado that she's planning to visit, and she even got one of her other girlfriends to try to rearrange her, you know, work schedule to make this Colorado trip so they can go hiking. But this guy hikes. That's what he has equipment, he has tents, he has gear to let them borrow. That's awesome when you have people like that in your life who can keep you motivated on that thing that pulls on your heartstrings, that keeps you motivated, that thing that just keeps you going. Like I said, and if that's fitness for you, and once you start to see those results, I guarantee it will be. It will be, no question, especially once you find your vehicle to get you there. Because everybody's vehicle is not a gym, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody's vehicle is not a size 32-inch waist or a six-pack or, you know, 22-inch guns.
Or,
you know,
an Asian large.
Yo, hey, man, that is my goal. I am going to fit into an Asian large. Do not piss on my parade, tell me it's raining. Do not do that. I'm going to fit into my Asian large.
I got to say this. So, I have very little people that I will tell my my fitness milestones to, and Jay is one of them. And I tell him that I ordered something online, and it was actually, you know, from overseas, and it got here. It was in a, you know, of course you the Asian sizes, you're like, okay, you got to order up. I ordered up, and it was too big. Like the size that I am, I ordered up, and it was too big. I should have still gone down in an Asian size, and that was mind blowing to me. Jay goes.
If you're not familiar with Asian sizes, go ahead, finish.
No. But I mean, if they're not familiar, do you? How are you listening to this? Have you ever been online? Like seriously, you're not familiar with Asian size? Seriously, not to be mean, but no. But no. So Jay is, like I said, he's been traveling and just had his nuptials and everything, and it's just like, you know, my goal now is to fit in Asian large. And as I read this message, it's just a medium. Like I had no response to it, but I could not stop laughing. It's like, oh my God.
Okay.
But no, do little things like that for yourself. That will be, you know, little fun things for you between you and yourself. And I'm pretty sure anytime you hear that from now on, you see an Asian small, Asian medium, or extra medium, you gonna bust out laughing.
I'm just saying, but have you seen it? They look like they fit superhero clothes. Like you see that, so you be like, "Yo, I look fly in that." Really, I wouldn't, but if I could fit into that, I would look fly in that.
My goodness. But
so yes, that is my goal, to fit into an Asian large, which yes, technically is a medium.
But anyways, back to what we were talking about. As I said, like the online groups, those are really good. For Facebook, because they have their filters and their algorithms as to how they post things, it may be harder to find everything that you need or want, or even want to see necessarily. Instagram is a little bit easier because, as Jay said, you can pretty much filter it the way you want. You see what you want no matter what. They do have some sponsored ads, but it's still geared toward what you were actually looking for. And
it's not as overpowering as Facebook is now. And
the Instagram to me is honestly a better portal. It is harder to do the group thing, but you will end up finding your network through there, as I've done, as Jay has done, and others have done as well. But if you need somewhere to start, I would suggest starting with Facebook first, because Instagram can be a little bit more of a wave and area that you would actually need to navigate if you're a little bit more advanced. Because going on to Instagram, first off, you would think if you're not born with a six-pack, something's fucking wrong with you. And then you'll be on the other side if you're not born with stretch marks and sagginess, and you're just overweight or something like that, and you're trying to get into something's wrong with you. It's really, really funny, the ebb and flow that goes with the extremes on Instagram. So it may be a little harder to find your niche or your group within there. Another one that is very, 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 very good, and it is actually my number one pick, Meetup. Meetup.com will allow you to interact with people. Sometimes the groups are free, and sometimes the groups aren't, but you basically are paying for membership to do certain activities. One of the groups that I'm in is basically a runner's group. They meet up every week, sometimes 3 or 4 times a week. I can't meet every single time, but this group is actually free, and they will just do runs. Others do training for certain marathons, certain 10Ks, and things like that. They do information on nutrition and how you should be running and what you should be doing, shoes, clothes, what works best for you, placement in running. I mean, everything. You will find a lot of that on Meetup. Honestly, it is a lot better than you just, going out and going like, okay, I'm going to just run with, nothing. Or I'm going to just go and work out with nothing. This will allow you to meet someone and say, hey, this is what I do. And, what do you think about that? And they can give you their opinion. Some of the people in the group that I am in do have certification within personal training and even, I can never say this right, so Jay, help me if I say it wrong. Kinesiology. Is that right? Okay. Because sometimes I'll be like Kramer, Fraser, something. One of them. I can never actually say it right. I practice that a lot, just so you know. But you will find that more on Meetup. And I'm not sure where it is in your area. I'm sorry, but I know here in Texas it is a pretty big network, and it is a very little known website that you can go to for this type of stuff. And honestly, you don't have to actually just do fitness meetups. I do meetups for Discovery of Houston. Like Jay said, his wife likes to hike. They have hiking groups. There's another one for, salsa nights and things like that. So it's just anything that you want. Video games, bookworms, anything that you can think of, pretty much.
Live music. Singles, couples.
Yep.
What is the hit song out, Bougie and that, whatever. They got me up for those too.
I don't know what that is. I'm so sick of hearing about that. The fuck does that mean? I'm sorry. Let me just. It's got nothing to do with the topic.
My point is, they have meetups for everything basically under the sun.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, and you will be able to find your niche and your your tribe basically through this. I would suggest starting with the Facebook group for more support. This is basically just pushing you and letting you get your feet wet necessarily, because not everybody's a social butterfly, and getting out there can be a little bit anxious and scary and things like that. So if doing the meetup may be a little bit kind of like a stretch for some people, you can start with the Facebook. Right. But I would again suggest the meetup as that's my number one pick, and I'm sure that is for Jay as well, because the actual seeing of people and feeling the energy from them is just it's like heroin. No, I don't know. I don't want to say heroin. It's just a good feeling. I'm sorry. It is. I know when I started training with Jay, in my mind, I kind of saw it was he wasn't going to change my life. I'm not going to say that, because that is my choice. But he had me for an hour, and for that hour, it was going to change the rest of my day, if that makes sense.
Right.
It just doing, the little thing for me for that day just brighten up the rest of my day. Like, I completely changed my perception on what I thought the day would be, even if I knew it was going to be like this fucking hard day. Fitness can do that.
That's a big thing too.
Yeah.
You have to do it for you. It has to be your, like she said, it was that little thing for her.
Yeah.
And a lot of us today, we're so caught up in this, that, the other thing, and what we got to do for other people, that we don't take time out for ourselves.
Yep.
And then we're stressed out. This is fitness. Okay, when I particularly talk about fitness, I'm so much more than just a trainer. Yes, I'm on here as a trainer, as a fitness professional, but when I talk fitness, I'm talking more than the physical aspect, more than you just going to a place and you doing a certain thing and you bettering your body. When I speak about fitness, I'm speaking on the energy that produces for you to continually enjoy and sustain a counterbalance of your life, which means you do certain things, your body reacts a certain way. So I know if I'm moving too much, if I haven't, given my body enough time to recoup, relax, and recharge, it does something to put me on my ass so it can do that. Usually my thing is my sinuses act up, to the point where I just have to lay down for a day and a half, and that is my body's way of saying, look, dude, you're doing the most right now. I'm going to need you to chill out so we can recoup and we can get back to it. I say all that to say, when you don't take that time out for yourself, when you're doing all this stuff, people are like, ooh, I'm always sick. What else is going on in your life
yeah.
for you to be always sick? What kind of energy are you putting out there? Better yet, what kind of energy are you taking in? We did a couple shows a couple of shows ago about toxic relationships, relationships that drain you. So if you're always sick, what do you have going on in your life? That is a very vital point in being healthy and fit as well. You just like you can't outwork out a bad meal, you can't outwork out negative people and negative situations in your life, man. This is a 360 degree. When we're talking about fitness, it's not just, how many push-ups, sit-ups, how fine can you look for X, Y, Z. No, man, we're talking about your life in general. So when we say fitness, that's what fit is. You can be fit physically, you can be fit mentally, you can be fit emotionally. All these things work together for the body to work. So when one of these things are off kilter, that means something else has to overcompensate for that. And then you will start to suffer in ways that you might not put two and two together. But that's what we're here to do for you. We're here for you to put two and two together, which starts with you taking time out for yourself. Like Jess said, she had that hour for her. That hour was for her. Once she had that hour, it kind of set the tone for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And guarantee, I know a lot of people who work out early in the morning because that sets the tone for the rest of the day. They might not like it, but they say, oh my God, when I stopped training in the morning, ooh, I was stressed out. Ooh, I go to work and mean as hell. And, you know, my husband, my wife would be like, ooh, you angry. What's wrong? What's going on? And I put two and two together. You're like, damn, I missed my workout.
Yep. It'll get you. It's funny. We before Jay left here in Texas, he had started recruiting some more campers into the camp that we go to every morning, and one of them is still actually going. And I did a video of us working out on Friday, and she's just like, "I just love you so much. You're just so motivating." And I was like, it's not necessarily motive. It's because I am happy to be out here. This is my fun. This is my zen. Me out there being like a big kid with you and the rest of you crazy sometimes that are out there crack of dawn with me. Oh yeah, we can do this.
And that's the thing, man. Fitness doesn't have to be a chore. You don't have to be killed. You trainers who feel, you know, it's a pride issue, or you feel people are going to come to you and, you know, it makes your day for them to have to crawl out of the gym, for them not to feel their body parts the next morning. That is not a seal of improvement or a badge of
honor,
how great of that does not display how good of a trainer you are. That does not display how good of a trainer you are. Because guarantee, we could play games for an hour. I have you thinking, what the hell is he doing? And 2 days later, you hate me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. So you don't have to kill your clients to prove a point. Yeah. You don't have to prove it. If you can have somebody come to you who I don't care if they've trained their whole lives or they've just gotten off the couch, you know, or they've never trained a day in their life, and you keep them coming back and you make what they're doing something they were afraid of, something, and turn that into something that they enjoy, something that is fun, something that they want to continue doing, then you can start saying that you are a great, excellent trainer. When you have other trainers wanting to train with you or telling people you are the person they need to train with, then you can start calling yourself a great or excellent trainer. All right, you know, better yet, don't say nothing. Let other people talk for you.
Yep. They will. Just like everyone will on this episode, because I know everyone is going to be sharing it. They're going to be sending it out like that. They were telling me about Meetup. You ever heard of Meetup? And then what's an Asian medium? Large. What is that? You're going to be talking about this. I know you will. Hashtag one. You know, don't hashtag this. You might start a fire or something like that. But
Google about to blow up.
Yeah.
Asian large.
But I have to say again, I thank everyone for tuning in. This is such a, you know, just you know, it warms my heart. This is one of the pet projects that I did, you know, and I didn't realize how much I would fall in love with doing this. And seeing everyone starting to embrace it and listen to it and, you know, come back is just, you know, just a wonderful feeling. So the biggest compliment you guys can do is to share this episode, share it with your friends, family, anyone. I don't care if you don't like it. You're like, you know what? I don't like you as a person, but you know, to better your life here, do this. Listen to this. Please.
I don't like you as a person.
So, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Catch us next time. Same bat time, same bat channel.
You're tuned in to The Fit Life with Jay and Justice.
Say what?